When I was 8, my family moved into a giant house that was far too big. It had been built as a duplex and converted into a single-family home. It had a semi-finished attic we used as a playroom and a terribly creepy basement complete with a freaking wheelchair that had been left for us when we moved in and we never got rid of. I'm not making this up. There was an unsettling, secret passage, narrow staircase that descended from the second floor to the basement, presumably so the original second-floor tenants could have access to the basement. But in my mind, it was just another way for whatever creepy things I thought lived in the basement could come up to the bedrooms. Even the bike shed gave me the creeps. I remember from an early age, I did not like being in that house. I recall playing alone in my room and feeling this incredibly dreadful feeling that someone was leaning over my shoulder. This was a common feeling throughout our time there. The attic, though finished, always had dead flies on the windowsills and smelled musty. Again, being in that space never felt good. Even when I was with my friends, my mom confided in me after we moved that she'd felt a lot of the creepy discomfort I did. It was just a terribly uncomfortable place to be. I used to listen to Paul Simon's Graceland when I was going to sleep because I'd convinced myself that no bad ghosts would be able to withstand the positivity of that record. One night, I'd had a nightmare, so as per usual, I crept into my parents' room, but when I opened the door, I saw the silhouette of someone standing kind of half-cockled to the side facing out their window. Their hair was kind of messy, and I figured it was my mom. My parents rarely let me get into their bed if they were awake, so I snuck back into my own bed. Next morning, I asked my mom what she was doing looking out the window, and she had no idea what I was talking about. She'd never gotten out of bed. To this day, I can still picture the silhouette of the figure looking out that window against the orange streetlights. We moved from that house when I was 13. But the weird thing is, I've been having a reoccurring dream nightmare that I'm moving back into that house for the last 30 years. Typically 1 or 2 a year. Sometimes we're moving back, and it's like nothing has been touched. Even the food is still in the fridge where we left it, but now it's rotted into a gross sludge. Sometimes my parents are moving back, and they're in a weird, passive, almost hypnotic state about it. But I have the cognition to realize I'm an adult, insist I will never visit them. Sometimes the house has been renovated. Sometimes it hasn't. Once I dreamed I was digging in the dirt under the front porch and found a creepy ring. Last week I dreamed I'd moved in with my wife and family. I was lighting a fire in the wood stove on the second floor and saw a figure in the next room. My parental instincts kicked in, and I violently charged into the room to see a 7-foot-tall, wrinkly man, kind of like that freaky dude from Poltergeist 2, wearing black robes. In a way, I half figured out I was having another one of these dreams, so I tackled him, then woke up. I don't know WTF is up with that house, but I walk by it sometimes when I visit my hometown. The new owners painted it and put up a basketball net. They seem happy.